Hey everybody, welcome to We Are All Geeks. This is our official episode 5. We've made it 5 episodes, guys. We've done it.
Woo!
We've done it.
Yes.
Yay, us.
I know you guys have missed me.
Yes.
I'm back.
We've done 5. Up top. Booyah!
We-
Monday you get there.
There's no need to be hurtful.
Yes, there is.
Yes.
Welcome to the internet.
It's such a fun place.
I'm
That's Kenny.
I'm
This
Kenny.
is Sterling.
to the
I'm
left.
Sterling.
I'm Felipe.
Thank you.
Thanks, Felipe.
We wanted to
thing.
kick off the show with a shout out to the Patriot Act.
Yes.
This week, they ran an article about the working conditions, unions, and everything video game industry and what is wrong with it. It is definitely something you should go check out. It's really well done, touches on everything that if you don't already know, you should know about the gaming industry. And I just can't recommend checking it out enough.
It can be very, very eye-opening, especially if you have just a passing interest on video games, or if you have someone in your life that really doesn't know that much about video games, showing them that episode, just talking about the working conditions. And, video games are a gigantic business. And there was a lot of stuff that it really, like I said, eye-opening, especially if you don't know kind of how video games are made and the work it takes, to get something.
It'll be a nice peek for anybody to look past whatever, they see just by turning on their console. Because that's most people's idea of gaming.
Yep.
They don't really see exactly how much work goes into it. So.
Yeah, but it was really well done, for sure.
It was really well done. One of the companies that is highlighted in that, Kenny Way, I'll
That's
steal
right.
that from you. At EVO this week, there was a lot of announcements. The first one I have on my list, and this list does come from Event Hubs. Justin Adaptive Trigger Gordon over there put this together. Thank you for that. Riot Games has announced that they're making a fighting game. That's it. From Riot, they are making a fighting game.
We're making a fighting game, 2D, 3D,
There's
assume 2D.
The article quotes, there's been a number of rumors circulating, but Riot Games has revealed they are in fact working on a fighting game. Having said that, no concrete details or trailers were shown. It looks as though it will still be quite a bit of time before we learn anything more beyond this. So absolutely nothing besides there's a fighting game in development at Riot.
They're a company that's, their claim to fame is esports.
Right.
They're competitive games, so that
used to be their claim to fame.
Well,
Now it's
true. Okay.
Now it's go watch the Patriot Act. You want to know
Yes.
their real claim to fame now.
Yes, but
We know what they're famous for. So now we also know what they're infamous for.
Yes.
exactly.
So, we'll see how it turns out. Hopefully the community ends up a little bit better on this fighting game, but odds aren't great comparing to their track record.
That's very true. Do you think that it's going to be, what are the odds of new characters, or just taking the characters they have already and then just boop, now they're in a fighting game?
I would honestly say something like that. They're probably going to learn from from Dota with what they did trying to do the card game, and they had the characters and everything like that, and it just fell right on its face. So they're probably going to try and do something similar to that with the fighting games, which would be really fun to take your favorite champions and all of a sudden they got cool combos, and that's a huge pool that they can choose from.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move.
I bet it would be better for their developers and everything like that to just take those models and
right,
and turn it to make it easier.
Yeah, I think that would be the right move, just because one, characters are already established, right? And two, you have that name or brand recognition of hey, you like this one character? Boom. Try this character out on a different game. So that could be, and you can go back and forth too. You can have a person that now will play this fighting game and like this character, but then they've never played League of Legends, and be like, cool, I like this character. I'll try it out, see where this character came from.
Because it seems like those characters do have a pretty decent following. They did the Pop Stars video with them, and that was incredibly popular because it was incredibly good.
Yes, very good.
It was very good.
I really like that song. It's a good song.
Good content.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they do. if we actually get to see it, because all they've announced is that they're developing it, and with so little, it's one of those things that could
And
fall
it's really
away.
interesting to be like what they constitute as a fighting game, because it could be awesome if they did like a Smash Bros kind of deal, and somebody's just running around as little Teemo,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
that's-
messing up and throwing those mushrooms everywhere, and everybody hates Teemo just as much in this fighting game as they do.
But that's the cool thing is,
Before.
since we don't know anything about it, like they could do anything. It could be a Smash style, it could be a Street Fighter style, it could be, like a Soul Calibur,
Tekken.
a Tekken,
Or,
more 3D
Ban-
fighting game.
Ban-
Or a
Namco.
Pokken. That was a really interesting
Pokken.
style.
Yeah, they could do anything like that. So, I don't know. I'm a person that likes fighting games, but not as much as Kenny. Like
Right.
I still am excited to if this becomes a reality, to definitely checking it out. So,
Yeah, that's something that people who know me know. I love fighting games. It's the one genre that you say, well, it's a fighting game. Okay, I'll buy it.
yeah.
I don't even know if I have a fighting game in my top 10, but I will just buy a fighting game. One of my favorite fighting game publishers and creators, Arc System Works, on a couple of my favorite games. They just Janemba for Dragon Ball Fighters from GT. He was announced on Sunday, released today as of shooting, which would have been Thursday, August 8th. He looks fun to play. The more exciting announcement in that trailer was Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Gogeta. That's his name. That's his name, folks.
Anime.
Coming out and just beating up on
that
Janemba.
translation game's a little tough.
It's like, ugh.
you could, or it's just Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, but it's funny to me. He got announced, no release date or anything. He's just on the way, but they showed some really good content with him. I'm really excited to play both these characters. I haven't got a chance to get my hands on Janemba yet, but I really want to.
It's on the list.
It is on the list. Also on the list, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle version 2.0 will be happening. They're adding characters from Senran Kagura and Akatsuki Blitzkampf.
Gesundheit.
Yes. We're going to have 7 different franchises are going to be in Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. They're adding Neo from Ruby, and that was the only thing I cared about that they actually said, hence why I didn't know how to pronounce those games, because the Ruby characters are what really got me to buy this game. I mean, there's the Persona 4 Arena characters are in there. That's cool. I haven't played Persona 4, though. And then there's the Blaze Blue characters, and there's Under Night In Birth characters in there. But I really just wanted to play as the Ruby girls.
Blaze Blue is the one fighting game that every time I see anything about it, I'm like, man, this looks awesome. Just the graphically, the animation, everything about it just top notch, fantastic. And I'm like, I have no effing idea how to play this game. This game's so complicated for me.
So cross tag is actually pretty beginner friendly.
Is it? Because man, like I can't do those combos, and then usually when I play, I just get my ass handed to me.
And
it's like,
the tutorial is actually really good if you are having difficulty. But I picked it up pretty quick. Again, I like fighting games, so that will happen.
I like it because it's flashy. Like I like just that style of it,
And
like
it's-
the Guilty Gear style, and so.
Speaking of Guilty Gear, new Guilty Gear was announced by Arc System Works, and if you want to talk about a game that looks good,
Right.
this is pulled out of an anime even more than Dragon Ball Fighters, and I didn't think that was possible.
It's that one game that you swear up and down this is a 2D fighting game, and then you do some of those moves and whatever, and then the camera just like whoop moves, and you're like, holy crap, this whole thing is in 3D, and
They're
it looks so good.
ArcSys is so good at making just the craziest games. They shift the focus in their supers more than anyone else. Like, they're just so good. The last announcement, I believe ArcSys just publishes this, but Under Night In Birth EXE late in parenthetical CL-R and parenthetical. Apparently, Under Night is really good, and they are one of the franchises inside of Blaze Blue Cross Tag. And those characters are actually pretty fun to use in that game. And they have that game just has like full screen attacks, and it moves so fast. It's so entertaining to watch, and their characters are really fun in the game. So good job, ArcSys. They came out for EVO. They came out for EVO.
I mean, fighting game is it's one of those things where I have this affinity for fighting games because I grew up playing Street Fighter a lot, and so every time that there's a new one, I'm like, I want to try this out because I love Street Fighter, but sometimes they get a little too complicated, and man, those names, they get rough.
Yeah, I mean, I think fighting game or like one of those side scrollers, like maybe Battletoads or trying to think. Maybe not Mario as much, but those are like everybody's first arcade games. You go to the arcade, and like everybody's on Street Fighter, or people were on Battletoads, or just kind of those were like the two styles. So every time there's like a cool side scroller idea, everybody's like, "Oh, that sounds great!" Like or a fighting game, they're down for. I mean, I haven't heard of any of these, and the last fighting game I played was Injustice 2.
Okay,
so
it's a good one.
It has been a while since
I've
done fighting
but
games.
That's one of the things that it really got me was because I played the Injustice games for the story and the fact that it was a fighting game like Mortal Kombat that I just played. I got up to play the story. I enjoyed the fighting on it, but
and
having a story that then it would change the characters for you, and you just sit there and you just like, boom, it plays the story. Now you play this character, and now you play this character. Like that really added so much more to a fighting game.
NetherRealm in particular is great at that. Who did Injustice 2 and Mortal Kombat 11? They're the best at that, as far as I'm concerned, at actually weaving a story that you care about in,
and
a long story too.
Yeah, it's a pretty hefty story.
Well, being able to do the two sides in Injustice added like a ton of fun and replayability.
Oh yeah.
Because it's the worst when you play a game for too long and it gets stale.
Yeah.
So I mean, the more fighting games, I think that's better because you do have the pros who are like the esports fighting game pros. I'm sure they get the same thing. Like they just get burned out of those games. So I think it's great that we have new games coming out that they're probably going to be stoked for, and that we just get to watch and enjoy while they do some nonsense.
Oh yeah.
Do you think the Riot fighting game is going to be free to play?
Free to play?
Yeah, microtransactions for like costumes.
I would 100% think that there's microtransactions.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
I would also bet that there's a small price tag.
Yeah.
Like I would think it'd be like maybe $20, a $20 buy-in, and then microtransactions, because unlike League, which you have to pay to get those champions and stuff like that, or you just have to play to get the champions, I don't think that'd go over as well in a fighting game.
Yeah, every time that they've done things like that, where
there are some that do that. Brawlhalla is the first one that comes to mind that does that. They have a rotating cast that you can play as for free, but then if you want to always have this character unlocked, you have to pay for that character.
Right.
I just wonder if they'll do, because League is free, and you have to pay to get the extra stuff, or skins or what have you. I was thinking like, are they going to do the same thing with this game?
Well, is this game PC only?
That's the other thing. Is this game going to come to consoles?
That's the other good question.
And yeah, that.
So but once again, they gave us so little details. We could sit here and theorize all day about what they're going to do with it.
We're making a fighting game in 2 years from now. Like, here, get your phone out, because we made a fighting game for your phone.
Yeah,
it's like Diablo Immortal all over again.
I could totally see Riot trying to make the jump from just past PC. Increase their market base, increase their players and who's available.
And I think that's the play. I can't, off the top of my head, think of any PC exclusive fighters that are just, besides something that might be in Steam Early Access or something.
Yeah, that's why I was like, but I could see them making it for consoles, making it free to play, either pay for extra characters or just a ton of different consoles.
Yeah,
I think Dead or Alive did something like that too.
Dead or Alive did some crazy stuff with with like costumes, where when the game came out, it was like, oh yeah, you can also drop like over $100 in DLC because there's all the different costumes and all the other stuff.
But Dead or Alive had the benefit of doing a lot of fan service.
Yes, and it's also like Dead or Alive 6, and this franchise has been going on for years and years and years and years. So
yeah, so I mean, but that's definitely why I think it'll just have like a small price tag, just like a quick little buy-in. To do it, because I mean, a free to play fighting game, there's not a huge amount of those that are successful.
Yeah,
and that's just because like a very small percentage of those fighting game players take it seriously and go pro, and so they're always coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Riot can figure it out. They've done really well with what they have. So I mean, it's possible. But
Yeah.
Now, if I remember correctly, there was a fighting game that came out this year with a small price tag called Samurai Showdown.
Yeah.
It had a small price tag, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, I got that segue right. Because the next up at EVO is SNK with Samurai Showdown. They've revealed the entire first season of characters. I'm not going to try to announce any of their names. One of them is going to be free in September. Shizumaru Hisame. Let's go with that.
Good job.
Is going to be free to play in September. And then they announced a second season of Samurai Showdown before the first is even completely out, with another character joining. And they also announced King of Fighters 15. No release date, just a logo. But
I like the King of Fighters game more than Samurai Showdown
And
because it's very much like a Street Fighter style, and that's my fighting game of choice. And so,
yeah, and so that's coming. The last publisher that we're going to talk about from EVO, Bandai Namco, or Bandai Namco, if you will. Cassandra was announced for Soul Calibur 6 as their last Season 1 playable character.
how out of all the fighting games, how did we not even talk about Soul Calibur?
we're
I feel like we dropped the ball a little bit on that
we're
one.
getting to it.
Well, we
You
can
know,
get into
to
it.
it.
I
No, I'm
love-
just saying, it's like, oh man.
Although I haven't played, even though I want to, because
Soul
you can
Calibur
play
fans
as
are going to
The
be
Witcher.
so
on-
mad.
Yeah,
on
you
Soul
got
Calibur.
the Witcher Geralta's in there. 2B is in there. 2B is broken.
Yeah.
But she is so much fun to play. As someone who loves Nier, I was so happy when they announced that she was going to be in the game.
You know, I had a lot of fun in Soul Calibur 4 when they had Link on the GameCube.
2.
Was that 2?
That was 2.
I swear it was 4.
Isn't Spawn coming to Soul Calibur?
Spawn is coming to Mortal Kombat
Mortal
11.
Kombat. Yeah, I knew Spawn was coming, but it
Wait, he's
reminded
coming
me
to
of
Mortal
it
Kombat 11?
because Spawn was.
Soul Calibur 2,
Yeah.
Xbox. So Xbox had Spawn, PlayStation had Heihachi, and GameCube had Link in Soul Calibur 2.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it was only 2. Oh, I definitely thought it was 4.
What was the one that had like Yoda and Darth Vader?
Maybe,
and,
maybe
might have
that
been
one's 4.
Okay.
Okay, so that might be. But the best part with Link is like it was on GameCube, so your chances of running into somebody who was like a pro and had the combos right. With Link, all you had to do was jump up in the air and then basically do the down attack, and he'd just bounce on him. And so like you could get a net or the Megaton hammer, and you just be bouncing on the person like the whole time until they were dead. And to this day, I have no idea how you would counter it. So it's just happy memories in a fighting
Soul
game.
Calibur 2 is one of those games that I have such fond memories of. I remember playing it in the arcade at the local movie theater. Would just sit there and drain quarters and that. It would usually only be 2. I would need two shots at Inferno. And then I would be good. I could get through the main story, and then when I got to Inferno, I needed a continue to beat him.
Yeah.
But I love Soul Calibur 2.
So Soul Calibur, I mean, I spent a lot of times playing Street Fighter with my brother, and then Soul Calibur was another one. I remember playing on the Dreamcast, the first one, doing like just the 8 versus 8 matches, where just like we pick our characters, and it's like, okay, here we go. I'm gonna sit there just all Saturday, just playing it over and over and over and over. It was good times, yeah. I miss those days. But
Also coming to Soul Calibur 6, they're doing a Season 2. So Cassandra's the last character of Season 1. Season 2, tell me if I get this one right. Haomaru from Samurai Showdown will be a guest character.
sure.
He's going to be the second guest character. I guess he's like the Ryu of Sam show.
Yeah, he's like the, if you've ever seen anything about Samurai Showdown, he's like the main samurai guy with the white gi,
He's
whatever.
He's the Ryu from
Yeah.
that. Okay.
The character with the big hair.
Yeah. I thought so.
Becky.
Um,
with the,
And then Tekken 7. Zafina is coming, who is a character I can't remember where she first appeared, but I do remember using her in the Tekken games. She's gonna be part of the third season. She's the first character of the part of the third season. The next character after that is Leroy Smith. Leroy Smith looks like the baddest dude on the planet.
yeah.
Straight up.
But how with a name like Leroy?
Yeah.
Is that why he became the baddest dude on the planet?
Are you sure his last name's not
So-
Jenkins?
You know?
Hopefully we get something for everyone else to see him, but this is Leroy Smith.
No, yeah, the dude looks 100% like the baddest dude on the planet.
He's a bad
I
man.
mean, he has something
For
more
sure.
to prove than the man named Sue.
Yeah.
You know,
50
But-
years ago, a young boy was caught up in a large-scale gang conflict in New York, losing his family and home. Missing for decades, he has finally returned to New York. Now is a seasoned master of martial arts, and he's out for revenge.
so he's a dreadlocked Batman.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's
Yep, all right, that
but he's so
works.
awesome. The trailer shows him doing the 1-inch punch.
I've
And
come back to beat ass.
basically, like, the trailer was so hype. I loved it. I loved it. And that's why I love EVO is the
Yeah.
hype. Some other cool moments, Sonic Fox and Goichi playing in Dragon Ball Fighters. Goichi wins, avenging his loss from last year, and just breaks down, and Sonic is the most supportive person on the planet to him. Like, no one is happier that he actually won than Sonic Fox. It was great. And the good karma was Sonic won at Mortal Kombat 11 later that night.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I don't know how Sonic Fox is so good at every fighting game he gets into, but like you can watch him. I mean, I first started watching him like in Injustice 2, and like some of the combos he's doing, I'm just like, oh, I didn't think that was possible.
No,
I thought I was like decent at the game, but apparently I'm terrible.
In Injustice 1, he also mained the character that I main in their Batgirl. You will hear me talk about my Batgirl in Injustice, by the way, folks. You will hear me. Felipe, will they hear me talk about my
Probably.
Yeah.
We all will.
We all will. And, man, I thought I was a good Batgirl. And, dang, that dude just
Well, a
does
lot
stuff.
of that skill, like I can see that skill, transferable between fighting games.
Yeah.
Like you get really good at one, you can kind of take some of that and be like, you're not like even though a game just came out, you're not going to be like starting from the bottom and now we're here. He's already there.
Right, and so, and that's so much timing, because it's not like he switches between like 2 or 3. At this point, I think I've seen him play in tournaments for like 7 or 8 games.
Yeah, so
And it's just like, I don't know how you would get the timing, but not just that, he'll switch between the games, just like you said.
Yeah,
So,
no,
like,
he was in the finals for Dragon Ball Fighters, and then I want to say it was like 5 or maybe 6 hours. He was in the top 8 for Mortal Kombat 11 that same day.
so it's like,
And I'm just good at video, he's very good at fighting games.
He's just that good.
you
And
can
shout
definitely
out
be
to him.
jealous of skills.
Yeah.
And I think I am.
Oh, I definitely am. But I love watching him play. I love him winning, putting on the whole fursuit and celebrating. Like it's the coolest damn thing. And he goes out and he celebrates. It's awesome. I love it. I love Sonic Fox. He's a great follow on Twitter for what it's worth. He's amazing. Like go check out Sonic Fox if you haven't. All right.
And that was EVO.
That's all we're gonna talk about EVO. There's a lot at EVO.
Yeah.
I could go into depth about each of those tournaments. I'm not gonna. You're welcome. So from EVO, let's go to Pokemon that does not currently have a fighting game at EVO. I'm trying to get better with these segues.
Hey,
Trying.
it's okay.
Trying
We'll get
out
there.
here. So I'm reading from Heather Alexandra's article over at Kotaku on the trailer. One of the first thing I want to talk about, Team Yell. So the Pokemon company's doing a little bit of reflecting here.
Yeah.
With their evil team being a bunch of fanboys. They're a bunch of fanboys.
But here's the thing. That I don't know. Are they the actual bad guys, or are they just like the fanboys of that one trainer?
But what it sounds like is they are going to interfere with you to make sure that Marnie wins. Like they are going to try to take out your Pokemon before you have to take on this gym challenge or whatever, so that Marnie wins.
Which is fine as a self-contained story because of like you're going after this gym leader or what have you, or this other trainer, and then there's these other guys getting in your way. But then, with the other games, the other team was out there
to cause evil.
Yeah.
Right. They haven't said whether or not this was the evil team. There was a leak that said that Team Yell was the opposing team, though. So this could be straight up like about Pokemon battling as a sport, and the way the fans are. That would be a cool change of pace. If I'm being 100% honest, I would welcome that.
Make it like an actual tournament, so that the champion is the thing to beat instead of the gym challenge. Because I wasn't a fan of the like the trials. What did they call it in Sun and Moon? Island challenge or whatever.
Yeah, the island challenge.
Where I don't. It was a weird. It was an interesting idea. I feel like it was weirdly implemented. I still have a hard time with Sun and Moon. Just the introductory phase to like get somewhere. It was 40 minutes, and I felt like coddled and restrained. And I was.
They
just
changed
like,
that with Ultra. Ultra was just like
Ultra was a little
boom,
bit
boom,
quicker.
boom within like
And
5
then
minutes.
and
Here's
then
a,
you
here's a
did
Pokemon.
have
Here
to,
you go.
and then you did have to fight each of the island leaders after, and it gave you another 8 gym challenge-ish thing after you did the actual challenges, the island challenge. And I did like that change of pace too. I was really getting into the, all right, cool, 8 gyms, beat them. Oh yeah, my rival's kind of a douchebag. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and so I
just hope I'm not
loved,
saving the world.
I mean I loved Pokemon, and definitely like the second gen of Pokemon I thought was so cool.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that you went back into Kanto from Johto and
Gold-
like all of the gyms, like
Gold, Silver, and Crystal are the best. Fight me.
yeah. So they were so good, and then like Ruby and Sapphire were like okay. I mean it was an interesting idea to like go diving. That was cool. I really liked Diamond and Pearl because I feel like it kind of tried to do the same thing that that Gold and Silver did, where it was like, here are the previous Pokemon you've loved. Here's something new. So instead of just like relying on my nostalgia, they said, here's your nostalgia plus some. Like, it's enough to like get you interested, and then add more. So I really liked the Diamond and Pearl, but so I'm torn with this one because the Pokemon I've seen so far in the Galar region, I'm just kind of like, okay, that's interesting. The Alolan forms, like in Sun and Moon, that was an interesting idea.
Vulpix is my favorite Pokemon.
No,
particularly
see,
white
like that's
Vulpix.
what I'm saying, or like
fight
when
you.
they gave Sandshrew a hoodie, that was cool, right? So like,
Fire
there's
dancing Marowak.
there's some good ideas, and while I didn't like Sun and Moon, I liked what they were doing with the different forms.
I mean, I like what they're doing with this one too.
Yeah, so like the new forms that they've introduced, I was like, okay, that's cool.
this is-
Even
this
though
is a
one
good
turned
jump
into a bong instead of a chimney.
Yeah, let's get into some of the Galarian forms. So we have Galarian Weezing. He's a bong. He's supposed to be top hats that look like chimneys. He's a bong. He's a bong, guys.
Let's just stop dancing around the subject. He's just a bong. That's fine.
He is.
And I don't know, how is it fair that he's a poison fairy? What's he going to be weak to?
Well, we already have a dark fairy, so yeah, sure.
So yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm like, he has levitate, so you can't friggin' use a ground attack on him unless you knock him down. And he's poison, so he's not going to be super affected that with fairy. So what? It's just steel. Steel's all you got.
Well, I mean, they have at least 2 steel birds in this game. So
They've also
then
got
they also had-
got a steel dragon that looks like a terrible Power Ranger Zord.
They
it,
also
it
had
looks bad, but I hope it evolves to be awesome.
that a fake Pikachu looking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
let's get into
Mofo.
him.
Morpeko is his name. He has 2 forms: happy full belly mode and a grumpy hangry mode. I love this concept. I really do. That he gets mad when he's hungry. It's so
It's
adorable.
cool. He looks like Pikachu to me. I
Oh
don't know
no,
why.
it's not. No one's even
Yeah.
contesting that.
I mean, when he's happy, if only like change the color scheme, but like, man, this is just another like offshoot Pikachu.
Yeah, another. What was the one? Yeah, Mimikyu. Yeah, and even the description was like, when it gets angry, it releases the electricity it's stored in the cheeks, like pouches in its cheeks. It's like, I'm pretty sure that was exactly what was in the Gen 1 Pokedex for Pikachu.
Copy and paste.
Yeah, at least they tried with Mimikyu at least. Because with Mimikyu, the story was that it wanted to be a Pikachu. It was so hideous and jealous of all the love that Pikachu gets that it wanted to be a Pikachu itself.
That makes more sense, but this one is just like, you just look like Pikachu.
And and here's what's interesting: if you pause it at the right moment or you look closely in the back of Morpeko, it's like it has a zigzag tail. Like it's like kind of like a little outline, but it's still the zigzag tail. So you're just like, why am I getting more Pikachus? Like,
because Pikachu's the brand, you know?
And
He is.
and I like the evolution they gave Zigzagoon,
Yeah,
but it was a weird Pokemon to give
So-
a Galar.
Yeah.
Like
so
a Galar
there's
form.
a Galarian Zigzagoon. It is a skunk,
Yeah.
and it turns into its third new evolution. Its new third evolution. If I can speak today, that would just be great, wouldn't it?
He gets into a good old Swole
Whenever
Boy.
you're ready.
We're not rolling, right? This is still rehearsal. So Galarian
You wish,
Zigzagoon,
Kenny.
its third form is Swole Skunk. That's not its name. That's just what it is, and
Yeah.
that's I don't care to learn its name. It's Swole.
It's
Swole
the
Skunk.
bouncer at a skunk club.
Yeah.
It is. He looks like he's about.
He even has like his arms crossed. Like
He's-
you're
he's
not
out there,
doing anything.
He's out there waiting for Pepe to do something.
Yeah,
He's like,
just
do
our-
something, Pepe.
He's
Let's
just
go.
our good Swole Boy. It's
Yeah.
fine.
You know?
He's just this huge skunk. I'm not learning his name. I'm just gonna catch him and then name him Swole
Something
Skunk.
Zune. So Swole Zune,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call him.
Swole Skunk. It's Swordy Boy, Shieldy Boy, Swole Skunk.
There you go. That's your team. That's all you
So
need.
bad.
Rolling with it.
Oh
I'm
my
rolling
god!
with it.
Yeah.
See, so like, this is the first time though seeing the different forms. This is the first time I've had a good feeling about Sword and Shield. I wasn't a fan of the legendaries they introduced. I thought it was kind of a bad thing. I did love like
Did you like the
Lunala
starters?
and Solgaleo in
The-
Sun and Moon.
oh, yeah,
those
yeah,
were
yeah.
awesome
Those-
looking
they're so
legendaries.
cool.
Like probably in the top of how legendaries looked. And so coming off of that, and they basically just did the same design. One had a mane that looked like a shield, and one was carrying a sword. I was like, that seems like a cop out.
I'm kind of more interested in seeing like what the evolutions of the new starters will look like.
Yeah, you know.
And it's so crazy. We're only a few months away. We have no idea what even the second form looks like, let alone thirds.
I'm surprised we honestly haven't seen any kind of leak, like from Kotaku.
I
or
mean,
anything,
we
you
do
know?
have there is a small leak that appears to be accurate. They did predict that Team Yell was going to be the opposing team. They shouted out the legendaries. They shouted out Yamper. They called it Pamper, but really like that it's Yamper. They've shouted out a lot of right things. One of the things they've shouted out that I'm excited about: Galarian Farfetch'd evolution to Surfetch'd. He's going to be a knight, son. His little celery stick is going to turn into a sword in theory.
That's cool.
Okay, yeah. See, like, but that's one of the forms where you're just like, yes, I'm down for that, you know. And if Yamper, because like I've been a little uninterested in Yamper, you know, it's okay to me. Not bad, not good, but nothing like I want to buy the game for. However, if that little corgi looking thing turns into a cool looking bulldog, you know, not what they tried to do with Snubbull and Granbull, but like an actual cool looking. I'm probably gonna get it just for that.
Four-legged
just,
electric bulldog. My
Yeah.
God, Pokemon Company, give us what we want.
you know, like it's just like I'm gonna call him Snarf, and he's gonna be on my funnel. He's gonna be my dude. You know, just like oh look at him. You know, every time I throw that stupid Pokeball out, I'm gonna be so excited about this freaking bulldog. So yeah, if it gets it, no matter what happens to the rest of the game, I'm going to buy it for a bulldog. But if it doesn't,
See,
I'm just getting my hopes up.
So, in theory, if Lycanroc makes the Galarian Dex, and then Yamper, and then Swordy Boy, Shieldy Boy, I'm 4 of the 6 to having an all-dog team.
Canine. Well, yeah, Canine team. We'll see. Hopefully they bring in an Arcanine.
Yeah, Arcanine, I need a fire.
That would be 5.
I need
And then
Actually, I'm pretty sure Arcanine is confirmed. Okay.
and then if they do Snubbull and Granbull, that's your 6th, and he's a fairy type. I
still don't like Snubbull Granbull.
No,
Is-
he's
is
a terrible
Fox,
Pokemon.
Is Fox close enough because Vulpix is confirmed?
Well, yeah. If you
Yeah,
want
close
to
enough.
if you
Yeah,
want to
close
count
enough.
it part of the canine family, then yeah,
that's
sure.
close
Okay,
enough.
I'm counting
There
it.
you go.
I'm counting it. I get to use my
Because I mean,
Vulpix, guys.
There you
because
go.
I mean, like Yamper and Lycanroc, you're talking a dog versus a wolf, so close enough, right?
Close enough. Vulpix, you're in my 6. I can do it. We can do it now.
No,
All right.
Arcanine was better than Ninetales.
So
All right, here we go.
this
Them
is the
fighting words
This
right
is
there.
the last episode you're going to be on.
It's the
too.
last episode I'll be here. Okay, no, I've caused too many problems.
All right, I'm too hurt. Let's move on. What y'all been playing?
Well, before we get to that, I wanted to touch just real quick on the Borderlands thing.
Yes,
They finally, we don't have to spend any time on this really, but they finally showed the trailer for the last character, Flack, and he's a Beastmaster and stuff like that, and just looks cool. Check it out. Like he just has a pet with him all the time. You know, the different skill trees are, one of them is specifically for pets. The other ones are more, he's kind of a mixture between some of the other characters from like Borderlands 1, almost like, one with the pet, one that can go stealth, and he just looks super cool. That's all. He was going to be my main when the game came out, and he's still going to be my main. So
I think I'm going to have to go with Amara, personally, for Borderlands 3.
I bring that up
Having
because
6 arms.
someone has been playing Borderlands.
Someone has been playing a lot of Borderlands.
All right, so let's get into that. Who are you playing Borderlands as right now?
So, right now I'm playing as Gage because I'm playing by myself, and it's 10 times easier to go through the game, if you have Death Trap looking out for you. Because like I tried playing as the Siren first because I hadn't played a lot as the Siren, and like that play style sucks to do by yourself. I mean, one of her skill trees is literally 4 teammates.
Yep.
And like,
That's
why I play as a
through.
soldier. On Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2,
Yeah,
Roland, and then Axel. Like just.
So
I like having that extra. Like, here, let me drop this thing, and
he'll probably be next because I've actually never played as him. In like all my playthroughs, I've done the Gunzerker, I've done Psycho, I've done the Necromancer. So Axton's all that I have left. So he's up there. I've been checking out the DLCs. That's been fun because I haven't done those. I still got to download Commander Lilith's thing, but I was hoping to be like a higher level because I like this game so much. I bought it on PC and Xbox, and like on the PC. Like 3 of my characters are all like 72. They're all decked out. I did a serious amounts of farming, like ton of that. And like on Xbox, none of my saves from the 360 are over because I didn't upload them. I have no idea where my 360 is, so I just been starting over and enjoying that. So it's been a lot of fun. I remembered why I liked the game so much, why I was like kind of on the pre-sequel versus Borderlands 2. So I'm really excited because I've been watching videos, seeing what kind of news is popping up with it, and it's looking like it's going to be a lot of fun.
It looks fantastic.
There's a reason why Borderlands started the looter shooter genre, and like nobody's ever come close. You get little moments where you're
and
like,
that's,
oh yeah,
and that's what I don't understand. It's like it wasn't like Borderlands came after all the other looter shooters, and they're like, no, here, this is how you make it. They're like, no, we're the first. And we already got this solved. And then every other one after, it's like, I want to do my own thing. I'm like, just make it like Borderlands, because they got this part.
Stop reinventing the wheel, guys.
It's like, just make it like Borderlands, and then you can do your own story and have it however. But like, that's the thing that like I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah, and I think honestly, Borderlands' key to success has been that they took their game seriously, but they didn't take themselves seriously.
Right.
Because like you play Destiny or play Anthem, and it's intense and it's serious. So while you're grinding, you're not having fun grinding while you're trying to get the one type of weapon. Whereas in Borderlands, you're shooting a psycho who's saying like, what does Krieg say in his opening? I'm the conductor of the poop train, So like you're hearing Psycho say like, I will ride you like a meat bicycle, just shouting nonsense at you, and you're laughing because like you want to grind because you want to get the weapon and that satisfaction, and so it's a lot of fun when you're hearing the characters in the background say funny stuff. You're hearing the things you're shooting at say funny stuff, and that helps a ton.
But it's not just the weapons. It's not just that. It's the weapons. Where with Destiny or the Division, which I've been playing some of the Division too, one machine gun versus another machine gun versus another machine gun. It's like I can't tell the difference. Like I'll have to like look at the stats side by side. Like, well, this one is better because the fire rate and the damage, and it does more damage to at least whatever. But with Borderlands, like, oh no, eventually, I have a sniper rifle that fires like a shotgun, or I have a gun that, flavor text says, oh, sometimes I forget to reload, and then you just shoot, and then it doesn't, or you have the infinity gun where like you just hold the button down and like it doesn't run out of bullets.
Or you have the best of all the guns, the Bane.
Everything, like you can get, or the, I forget what that one's called, something Hawk, where like it was an SMG, but he would shoot like a spread of like 7 or 8 bullets, and you would like go up and down. So you just every shot was just like a, you know,
Yeah, it was like the wave.
yeah,
variant.
something like that. But you could just. That's what I love about Borderlands. It's the fact that every gun that would drop, I'd be like, oh, what is this? Oh, I'll try it out. Or with with Destiny, or with it's another rifle. Cool. It does more damage, but that's it.
Oh, this one has a 4-round burst instead of a 3-round burst.
Yeah, I've always loved that Borderlands does like elemental damage and stuff like that. So you have like multiple. It's like, oh, I need something for fire, and then I need something for poison, or for acids to take out the guy's armor and whatever. Like that is fun because you're keeping track of like 4 weapons. Okay, I need to have this one that does this one does this, versus Destiny and Division and games like that. It's like, no, this is just the one
like
weapon.
2 or 3.
It does more damage, so this is the one that I use.
Yeah, and that is it adds to it, which is why like you can play the same mission, and they have probably one of the best video game villains of all time in Handsome Jack in Borderlands 2. Seriously, probably the top. I was really upset when he lost to Menendez from Black Ops 2.
Yeah, I just don't get that.
The same year, but Menendez was probably he's a more stereotypical villain. So and he was a good villain. I just don't think he was Handsome Jack, because like Handsome Jack would say stuff that you would laugh, but then like feel guilty you laughed at. You're like, I shouldn't have laughed at that. Like I probably need to go make a charity donation for laughing at that joke. And I mean, come on, like one of his first lines he said to you was like, "Oh, these pretzels suck. I bought a horse that has like made out of diamonds." I was thinking of naming him Piss for Brains out of like respect for you, but that just seems petty. You know what? I'll think about it. And his butt stallion. Come here, girl. So like you're laughing at the villain and he's involved, and you're just enjoying the story. Whether it's like your first playthrough and you're laughing, or it's like your 12th, and there's seriously not a game that's been able to come close to that. Wow. Sorry, it's a long tangent about what I've been playing, but it's like.
No, because I mean, it's good preparation for Borderlands 3 comes out in about a month, and right now, with everything else that's coming out, that's probably like the game I'm most excited for this year is Borderlands 3. So I definitely have high hopes for it.
Yeah.
Have you been playing anything else?
I mean, like if I'm not playing Borderlands, I'm probably just playing Minecraft just to relax.
We all have those games.
It's pretty. It's almost like I'm taking the off season of gaming, so I'm just taking the relaxed approach. Nothing competitive, nothing too crazy, like stuff I can walk through and just enjoy.
Yeah, because video game season here.
Before I get geared up for Modern Warfare, which as far as a COD, it's been like the first time in maybe like 5 years I've been excited about a Call of Duty.
Yeah, I might actually buy this one.
They are talking about a lot of cool different modes or different things that they're changing for the multiplayer and stuff like that. So
I mean, like the last Call of Duty, I was like super excited for, and I enjoyed. Like I just kept playing for a long time. It was probably like Black Ops 3, because I loved the mobility, and then we like went to Infinite Warfare, which felt like it came out before Black Ops 3 instead of after, and it was like World War II and Black Ops 4. So yeah, it's been a while, but I am excited about this one. Yeah, it's looking good. So
it does look good. It's bringing that.
It's a happy time for me come Christmas. My wallet's not going to be super stoked about it, but you know what? I don't need anything else. I got the video games.
I just got my games.
Fine,
I'm good.
I mean, we've talked about how hell begins. Like there's
in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I have Control and Astral Chain. Those have like a day in between them coming out. But it's easy to play a console game and a Switch game at the same time. Like the only time I'm not doing it is Persona and Fire Emblem Three Houses, because
Persona.
Yeah, Persona and Persona. That just sounds like a hell of social links. Yeah. Like I love social links. That sounds like.
Are we gonna welcome to Persona Corner?
Welcome to Persona Corner. Sing the song, Felipe.
We're working on it.
I didn't miss Persona Corner.
Persona Corner. Real quick.
Persona Corner. I got this shirt, and I've played about 3 hours of the Sixth Palace. I'm still stuck in there. It's going to be a long one, folks. That's my Persona Corner.
Ask your cat for directions.
The cat does not know.
I saw. So they. Before I talk about what I've been playing, I saw. I don't know if it was on Twitter or if they did ask me anything.
Oh yeah, they did the AMA, and someone asked if you can finally tell Morgana to shut the hell up.
Yeah, your
Because
cat tells you to go to sleep all the time, and you're like, but I don't wanna.
Like you try to go down the stairs to go out.
It's like, you're tired. Go to bed.
Man, aren't you tired? You should go to bed.
Like, you're my, shut up, cat. I want to go out.
So is it like the same level or worse than Navi? Hey, listen.
It's kind of worse because he's always like, I'm not really, I just want to go downstairs real quick. And he's like, you're tired, go to bed. I'm like, I'm really not. Can I just, you're tired, go to bed. I'm like, seriously,
So is
cat.
it your cat or your mom?
Yes.
It's both.
So it's your cat mom car.
Uh-huh.
Cat mom car.
I'm going to ride my mom. Anyways, so I've been playing Fire Emblem, and it's a Persona game, in case you missed that.
What's a JRPG?
Well, it's more like, it's a tactics RPG, but sure. But you have the social links, you have all the other stuff you do after
It's a tactical JRPG.
Yes.
That's what
It's
we call it.
really, I just got some points into the story where like some stuff has happened, and what I've, not just like the fact that it reminds me of Persona with the social links, but the story in this game has taken some turns completely unexpected on like any, and I don't want to say anything because it's spoilers, but you know, they'll do some stuff that I'm like, they don't do this in normal like JRPG. This isn't just like, oh, you're the chosen one, you're gonna save the world, or you know, it's prophecy or whatever. They're like killing characters that you're not expecting. They're like doing this other stuff, and I have like this inkling that what I'm going towards now is not good. You know that. Anyways, I won't get into the story, but it's been a fantastic game. I'm like almost 30 hours into it, and I'm gonna be juggling that and Persona, trying to hopefully get one of them done before Control comes out here in a few weeks, because that's the next big game that I'm really looking forward to. So
I'm so hyped for Control.
But yeah, no, still Fire Emblem. Like I said, I dipped a little bit into the Division 2. I'm trying to just gear up to do the raids, because now you can do like matchmaking on the raids, and it's at least like item level 490. I'm like 494, so I'm just barely.
How long did it take him to get matchmaking? You know, once
just
falling back to like, I think matchmaking was available on Xbox 360 with Borderlands 2.
Yeah, we'll see. And this was a big like hubbub for Division 2, was that before the game came out, they're like matchmaking for everything. Okay, we're gonna just do matchmaking for all for bounties, for the missions, for PvP. You can just do matchmaking, and then they also said we're gonna do matchmaking for the raid. And then when the raid came out, they're like, actually, we're not gonna do matchmaking because we just don't think it'd be a good experience. And then there was a huge outcry, rightfully so, like, but you said you're going to. A lot of people were expecting this, and so it took a while, but eventually, like, we have matchmaking for the raid. It is at a much lower difficulty because it's just so people can see the content, which I'm perfectly fine with. So I'm hoping to get that done, and then I need like one more trophy to get my platinum trophy, and then
Get that platinum.
then I'm done with that game.
I'm glad I'm not an achievement hunter.
It's gonna be platinum 89.
That seems like a real grind.
I made the call last week that Felipe is the CTO chief trophy officer here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, see, I'm way too much of a lazy gamer.
I mean, I have 3 platinums. 2 of them are Telltale, and then one of them Spider-Man.
And those who just get them for playing the game. Like, I finished the game, platinum trophy. I'm like, I have some of those. I'm fine, you know, but
I honestly don't think there's a single game, even though I am an Xbox player, so I don't it's not necessarily trophies. It's just, I guess, all the achievements.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't think there's a single game I've done it with.
There's like the gamer score, you know, like get 100% on the.
Oh yeah, so maybe Arkham Asylum. So
that's
like
a respectable
know, so
one.
like
That is respectable.
maybe.
Anyone who has found any of the Riddler trophies at any point is like, I respect you.
Or the combat trophies, like free flow combat trophies.
Oh, those are nothing. I've loved doing those. I do those for fun.
I don't know, man. You always get that one dude you think you've countered, and he punches you right in the back of the head,
and you're like,
just like,
damn it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's the
you
reason
lose your
why
mind.
for Arkham Asylum I don't have the platinum trophy, because I'm missing the combat perfect like free flow combat, and I cannot for the life of me do that one. So I'm like,
I love those ones. I love the combat in them. I did them as Nightwing in Arkham City, and then I went and started doing them as Batman, and I love those ones.
Yeah, see, so
but yeah, it's been.
Yeah, so I mean, total 100% respect. I just have to say personally, like, I cannot be that dude.
It started.
Again.
You know, it starts with the thing of like, you really like this game, and then you go and you're like, I want to see everything there is to see, and I want to do everything, and that's how it started for me. And then I don't go. It's not like every game I play I try to do it, because I'm not a crazy person. But you know, a lot of times when I get a new game, I'm like, well, should I play on the hardest difficulty because there's a trophy for that, or should I need to do this and that? And it starts with that, and for the most part, I'm like, oh, you know what, I got most of them, but then with God, what was the game? There was a game that I just stopped playing. Oh, Wolfenstein. So I played Wolfenstein Youngblood,
You were talking about this
where
last week.
I finished the game. I got everything that I needed to do with the story, and it took me like 15 hours to finish the game. And there's like weapon mastery trophy, and by the time that I was done, I got my weapon mastery was like 3, and you need to get to with one weapon, and I need to get to level mastery 10 with every single weapon. And that right there was going to take like another 60, 80 hours. I'm like, I'm good with this. I'm good.
Yeah.
So
I was really excited on like Black Ops 3 when they had the realistic difficulty. I was like, oh man, I bet if you do realistic, it's gonna be super great.
Nope.
And all I got was like some crappy calling cards. I lost my mind because there was one spot I literally died like over 250 times. I died so much in this one spot, and like I've gotten to the point as a kid, like I had a decent amount of nerd rage, you know. So like I've gotten to the point as like an adult, I can just like brush it off and was like, okay, you know, I'm fine. But in this game, I was starting to lose my mind. I had to set the controller down, walk out of the room, like take a few breathers. Like took me probably like 4 hours and like 200 lives just to get past this one part. So like I finally finished that. I was like, yes, all right. What did I get? You got a calling card.
great.
I
Break
will
the game.
kill you. Like, you know?
You know, it's cool. I enjoy. You know, one day we'll have like a segment on just this because man, like, because there's some games when you get it. You know, I have the platinum for Sekiro, and that's like one of my like most accomplished things that I've ever done in a video game because that game's so difficult.
Well, when you get the platinum for Sekiro, they should give you a damn platinum trophy. Like they,
just send you like a
like
little
someone
trophy.
from games needs to come to your door. I'm looking for Felipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. Okay, well here's your platinum trophy.
After I got that, I would walk into work and be like, "I'm the greatest shinobi of our generation."
Like accepting an Oscar, you need to give a speech.
Like get a shirt that says "I platinum Sekiro."
That's right. So holla at me if you've done that. So, but yeah, that's all I've been playing.
At some point, we will make you a shirt that says "I platinum Sekiro."
That's right.
Okay. We'll make me and all of the other people who have ever played Spider-Man one for platinuming Spider-Man because that platinum was easy.
Yeah.
I was never not platinuming that game though.
It's a fun game. That's the thing.
I was
it's
so
a fun
happy
game.
when I heard that game had no missables. But what trophies do you guys have?
Yeah.
Literal or in video games, whatever.
I only have mine in video games.
Or do you have a trophy for video games?
You have a trophy.
Also,
That I wanna
Did you win
know.
EVO? Did you win EVO? Are you Sonic Fox? If you're Sonic Fox, come on our show. I want to talk to you. You're awesome. But that's gonna be everything for us today. My name was Kenny.
I'm Sterling.
I'm Felipe. We're getting fancy now, boys. Here we go.